Much. That's a lot of work. It's more than you would imagine. My name's Joel. I'm the operations manager for Folk Canada. I'm so glad to be here for the third year in a row. I love it down here at NERFA, especially everybody who comes on out to see the showcases. We've got 5 amazing Canadian artists to showcase for you today, and I'm going to get right on into it with our first superstar, Callie McCullough, who makes contemporary roots music that nods to the legends that came before her. It's a sound anchored by intimate ballads and McCullough's gorgeous voice, whose Alison Krauss-worthy tone and Dolly Parton-sized beauty, oh my, stand in contrast to her dry humor and larger-than-life personality. Who wrote that? Callie's got a new record coming out early next year, and she refuses to tell me the name of it. It's a super surprise. Singles will be coming out and trickling out, I assume. Currently in Nashville, hailing from Ontario. Give it on up for Callie McCullough.
How we doing, Nerf? How are we feeling out there? I want you to pretend that you're in an Irish pub right now and we got a fiddle and a penny whistle right here. You're the wind on the prairie. There's no other man like the northern lights calling me to roam. When the words fall leaves, I can't agree to the one thing that I know. The tides get to fire will never burn alone. If I lose my way in this crazy place, I know where I belong. 'Cause you feel like coming home. When the ocean seems light, you're the harbor that I hide. We're the ship that rides down any storm. And if I can't see the starlight, you're the compass that I know you'll always bring me back to shore. If the tides get higher and the world's on fire, we'll never burn alone. If I lose my way in this crazy place, I know where I belong. Where you feel like coming home. I'm fairly certain I'll always be searching. So as long as you're with me, if the tides get high and the waves will never burn alone. If I lose my way in this crazy place, I know where I belong. 'Cause you feel like coming home. You feel like Thank you so much. Thank you for coming early to the start of the show. We sure do appreciate that. Well, my name is Callie McCullough. This is my very first year at NERFA. Everybody I have met has been so insanely nice. I can't quite believe it. So thank you so much for making me feel welcome. I'm born and raised in a place in Ontario, Canada known as the Beaver Valley. Story writes itself, doesn't it? But I have spent about the last decade hiding down in Nashville and chasing down the roots of the music that I love, those traditional country music, bluegrass, Celtic music, and been really steeped in all of that for a good long time. Grew up in one of those families where they just huck you on stage with a banjo when you're 5 and hope for the best. This is a song called $5 Pearls. I know I'm wild, I tried to tame it, I'm not your style. I tried to change it. Was it crazy to take a chance on me from the start? Was it never meant to be? I'm not straight enough to meet your mama, not rich enough to meet your father. I'm not pure, preacher's daughter, but I waited out. I washed my sins in the water. I've tried everything that I could see to make you love a girl like me. I'm never gonna fit into your world with my tattered jeans and $5 pearls. Tattered jeans and $5 pearls. Put on that dress and cut my hair. Tried to pretend that I belong there. Just a pretty fitting into the crowd, but we both know I'm just a little too late. And I've tried everything that I could see to make you love a girl like me. I'm never gonna fit into your world with my tattered jeans and $5 pearls. Tattered jeans and $5 pearls. Well, I've tried every single thing to make you love a girl like me. Well, I've tried everything that I could see to make you love a girl like me. I'm never gonna fit into your world with my tattered jeans and $5 pearls. Tattered jeans and $5 pearls. Thank you so much. I didn't exactly make a plan, but I think I'm going to make a shift from the plan that I didn't make. I'm going to pull this one out. So the year that I turned 30, I went from touring the world to stuck home on my family farm due to that whole time when the world went crazy. It was also the year that my mother looked at me and said, "Have you ever thought about freezing your eggs?" So I rolled up a big one, and I wrote this song. This is called What If I Don't? What if I don't want to get married? What if I be on my own? Baby, my life could be legendary, and I'm not searching for the one. What if I don't? What if I don't? What if I don't want to get married? What if I don't care about babies, raise them all up till they're grown? Keep on saying one day maybe. or they'll think I'm cold and storm. What if I don't? What if I don't? What if I don't? Baby. What if I don't care about money? What if I'd rather chase rainbows? What if I just spend it all out? 'Cause you can't take it with you where you go. What if I don't? What if I don't care about money? Say the clock is tick, tick, ticking, and I'm running out of time. It'll be too late by the time I change my mind. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. What if I don't? What if I don't mind getting older? What if I think it's gonna be fun? Maybe I'll let my shoulder, maybe retreat in the sun. What if I don't? What if I don't? What if I don't mind getting older? Oh. What if I don't want to get married?
Thank you. Well, big shout out to the folks that started the clapping. VIP right there. VIP. Well, we go out on the road all the time, sometimes a 3-piece band, sometimes a 5-piece band, and sometimes, like today, little old me, we traveled light. I'm going to do some creative guitar tuning on this next one here for you. Has anybody watched the movie Midnight in Paris? Midnight in Paris. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch this. This is an amazing piece of creativity where they travel back to the 1920s in Paris and they hang with all the great writers. And then they find that the people in the 1920s want to travel back to like the Renaissance in Paris. So wherever you are, you wish you were somewhere else. That's sort of the memo. But this next song is a product of about 3 bottles of red wine, a snowstorm, and the watching of the movie Midnight in Paris. And somehow that all came together in my brain, and this became the title track of the first album I put out. And I had this beautiful opportunity to record that record with half of the Time Jumpers and half a Union Station. And so if you check this out on the album, you're going to hear like sweeping violins and accordions and this beautiful strolling through the streets of Paris in the rain with a gondola and the whole thing. And we're going to bring that to life for you with just an acoustic guitar momentarily. That's the magic hope that I'm putting over this room right now. We're so close to in tune. Didn't want to fly 3 guitars today. I think we're there. It's going to be magical when we get there. Just wait. Your mind will be blown by Dadgad the tuning. That's what it's called. I didn't make up anything weird, I promise. And that's a rarity. We got it. We got it. We're going to find out.
Candlelight flickers on the bedroom wall, and the red wine box don't hurt at all. After midnight, you know I can't get your blue eyes out of my head, and I can still feel you on that side of the bed. After midnight, every time I close my eyes, I say a little prayer to fall asleep and dream a dream. you'd meet me there. Meet me after midnight. Meet me after midnight. We can make a moment in the street like local, dance like fools on a cobblestone road. After midnight, we could go to Paris or Sunset Beach, but I'd rather have you right here next to me. After midnight, every time I close my eyes, I say a little prayer to fall asleep and dream a dream. You'd meet me there. Meet me after midnight. Meet me after midnight. Candlelight flickers on the bedroom wall, and the red wine bottles don't hurt at all. After midnight, meet me after midnight. Meet me after midnight.
My name is Callie McCullough. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Stick around. Let's see all the Canadians in the show.
Keep it going for Callie McCullough, everybody. Oh my goodness. Super sparkly. Taking us after midnight with weird tunings. Loved it. We got Anthea Feaver up next, so don't go anywhere. I see you hanging out there in the hallways, guys. There's no need to hang. Oh, he's running away. Look at that. Come on in. We've got 4 more artists for you. While Anthea is setting up, I'll tell you all about how we changed. Yeah, we used to be Folk Music Ontario. Now we're Folk Canada. We were sort of the de facto national org for conferencing up in Canada before this, so it just sort of made sense to make ourselves a national organization. And now we can increase our mandate to help artists connect better with industry, connect better with festivals, connect better with international folks. That's you guys. Connect better with international folks like our American friends, and just make more beautiful music together. Because that's what folkiness is all about, I assume. I think. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for those claps. Thank you very much. Thank you. I have a bunch of stickers. I do not want to take them home. I'm going to forcefully put them into your hands. Sorry about that in advance. But if you check out our website, you can head on over to the newsletter. I send it out on Mondays. I work ever so hard on it, friends, so I'd love for you to read it. It's not just Canadian information in there. You guys, as Americans, if you're artists, you don't need a visa to come play up in Canada, unlike the other way around. I know, big thumbs down. But that's a boon for you, because you can come play in some markets in the Great White North, and we love to have you. We're all super friendly most of the time, sometimes. In February, we get a little ornery. It gets a little cold, so, you know. But please do check that out, because we would love to have as many artists as we can head on up there. And if you're thinking about booking Canadian artists, please do, but keep in mind that we do need P1 visas. So if you hope to book them in, see if you can't help them out with, you know, a couch to stay on or a meal to eat or something along those lines. Because, you know, we all got to make some money and save some money somewhere, my friends. We're going to just doing the best we can. Doing the best we can. Is anyone here from Portland area, or where did everybody come on in from? Oh, look at this. The tech crew. That's nice. That's very convenient. New York? Catskills. My U.S. geography is very bad. I just assume that's close by. Okay, it's close-ish. New York City. Oh, I've been there. That's nice. It's a big place. I've been to Chicago too. I bet you guys are very interested in that. I'm from Ottawa, the capital of Canada. If you have any tax-related jokes, I would love to hear them. If you have anything that our politicians need to hear, let me know. I'll go on home and just knock on some doors. That's how she goes up there. There's less security. Jess knows what's up. Just going to give Anthea a sec to set up the rest of this, and then I'll give a glowing introduction, my friends. And if you don't have a sticker, wave your hand. I will come and give you one.
Yeah. All right. That's okay. Your new stand. Yeah. I'm gonna play the banjo last too. So. That's good. All right. Thanks so much. Hi, everybody.
Oh my goodness, that was quicker than I expected.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I zoned out and didn't hear anything you said while they were preparing the sound. Have you
I'm-
talked about me yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
But I'm really insulted that you zoned on out. We'll have
I'm so
we'll have a
sorry.
stern convo about that later, as we do.
Please, I can't handle that.
Get it up. Friends, this is our second act. This is Anthea Feaver, whose music combines the syncopated rhythms of her favorite folk traditions with impressionistic lyrics that ruminate on themes both timeless and timely. From icicles falling on heads to long-lost family letters, her stories shift deftly between bleakness and hope. Oh my. Her debut album, Summer's Morning, released just a couple months ago, September 2024, and it's a collection of 8 original and 2 traditional songs that explore experiences of love through the lens of trauma and the process of recovery. Tied together by this wider theme, the songs reflect on mental illness, environmentalism, existentialism, isolation, and connection. Originally from Vancouver, now based in Kingston, Ontario. Please put your hands together for Anthea Feaver.
Let's go. Soft as a summer's morning opens its heart, lightens the dark, clear as the crickets calling, stirring the air, echoing snare. I wanna lie in your arms. I wanna lie in your arms. Sweet as the smell of wet grass, honey and tea, the wind on the sea, warm as a fire surrounded by people and noise. Feel your voice. I wanna lie in your arms. I wanna lie in your arms. I wanna lie in your arms and watch the sun rise and fall again. Keen like stars are falling towards the earth. I've seen her since birth, familiar as water, as mountain, evergreen trees, the cool evening breeze. I wanna lie in your arms. I wanna lie in your arms. I wanna lie in your arms and watch watch the sun rise and fall again. New like the moon, fresh dewdrop, blooming wildflowers, each coming out, old as the songs and stories shared through the years. We are so near in your arms. I wanna lie in your arms. I wanna lie in your arms. I wanna lie in your arms and watch the sun rise and fall again. Thanks, everybody. I'm Anthea Feaver. This is my very first NERFA conference. I'm really excited to be here. That song was called Summer's Morning. It started its life as a fiddle tune that I wrote after staying up all night at Blue Skies Music Festival. It was my first music festival. Stayed up all night, had a really great time, and wrote that tune, and then wanted to write a song to go along with it. And that song, Summer's Morning, is the title track of my album, Summer's Morning, which Joel talked a little bit about, but the concept for that album came from a traditional Appalachian ballad called Come All Ye Fair and Tender Maidens. You might know it. It's a beautiful ballad, and I got those words, Summer's Morning, from the ballad. But it's a ballad about a woman telling younger women not to trust men because they will hurt you and break your heart, which is an age-old story. But when I first heard that ballad, I was just coming to terms with some quite difficult experiences that I'd gone through as a, fair and tender maiden, and heard this ballad, and the more sort of woman that I talked to, the more you kind of realize that everyone has had these experiences. They're very universal, which is really bad, but talking about it makes it less bad because you build community and you build connections and you can, fight the bad things that are happening. But the theme of the ballad is don't trust people because they'll hurt you. And I think that's such a natural response to trauma and to something having hurt you. Everyone's been hurt. You try something and it hurts you and you'd never want to try it again. And you want to just close yourself off and be alone and hide away and not be open or vulnerable anymore. And so when I wrote this album, the theme I was really thinking of is instead to open up more, to have more love, to be more vulnerable as a way to recover from pain and trauma. So that was the happy song from the album. This is the bad one. This is called January to December. It's January in your garden. The spray from the sea keeps your heart intact. Well, I'm buried beneath your pillow, waiting for springtime to weep for willow. You take me for a walk down the streets you grew up. On Davy, you would talk about being so goddamn tough. It was that very first December. The shape of the kitchen is all I remember how you would bear me to your apartment. Stop at the store for a reason to start with. You'd kiss me just to see if it made you feel young. And list the ways our being together was not so wrong. I would have married you that summer, hiding your messages from my mother under the cherry blossom cover. I could believe we were made for each other. You'd lose your nerve and tell me it's time to go home. I'd reassure, compellingly frightened to be alone. When the fairy tale is over, it's not quite so romantic the way it controlled her. Now you're carrying your baby. I'm burning all of the letters you gave me. You take him for a walk down the streets you grew up. In English Bay, you stop for a minute and catch the sun. It's January. It's January. So there was this guy that he was in his car and he had a banjo, and he stopped at the store and he left his banjo in his car and he left the door unlocked. And when he got back to his car, there were 2 banjos in it. The extended version of that joke. Does anyone know it? Yes? Stefan? Yeah, quite a few. Pick your number. Accordions, bagpipes, perhaps? All the hated instruments. I'm gonna tune this banjo. Done making jokes about it. It's time to get to business. So, as well as writing music, I also love to play traditional music. And I fell in love with banjo about 5 years ago. Saw someone play it, and I was like, what the hell is that? Beautiful, beautiful sound. So I learned it, and I'm gonna play you a song that I wrote that is written around a fiddle tune. And the tune is called Dark Haired Girl. And it comes from Missouri fiddler Bob Walters. And the song I wrote is called Hard Times. The reason it's called Hard Times is because I worked at Upper Canada Village. I live in Kingston, Ontario. Upper Canada Village is a living history site about an hour and a half away from Kingston. It represents the year 1866. And I was directing the music there. And so I was singing Hard Times Come Again No More pretty much every day for many months. So you can imagine those words were kind of swirling around in my brain. So this is my take on Stephen Foster. Hard times. Thanks so much for having me here, Joel. Thanks to Folk Canada. Thanks to everyone doing the sound. And thank you for having me at NERFA. I'm really enjoying it. I'm Anthea Feaver. If you want to talk about banjos or old time music or tell me jokes or just chat, I'd love that.
Flowers on the kitchen table, seeds scattered like a fable, sun streaming through the maple, everything that hasn't stays still. Sometimes will come again, hard times will go. We have another chance again to grow. So eat the bread and the honey, fell the trees, count the money. Isn't it awful sunny when even the hills are running? It's a separation, devastation. It's a paralyzing situation. The world overstimulation. We are the same creation. Hard times will come again. Hard times will go. We will each have another chance again to grow. Dark-haired girl in the dirt, eyes wide with fear, knows the worm greets the bird, carries with her every word. From the flame came the phoenix, first the rain, then the cleaning, as we return to what will be now. Sisyphus can reach the zenith. Hard times will come again, hard times will go. We have another chance again to grow. Hard times will come again, hard times will go. Turtle dove taking cover in the brush with her lover. We only want to discover how to help one another, how to help one another, how to help one another. Hard times will come again, hard times will go. We have another chance again to grow. Hard times will come again, hard times will go. We will have another chance again to grow. We will each have another chance again to grow.
Very much. Thanks, everybody. I'm Anthea Feaver. See you later.
didn't have my mic. I had to yell. So that was Anthea, everybody, hailing from Kingston, Ontario. As you heard, you mentioned Upper Canada Village, and that unlocked a core memory for me as a child. I think I stayed there as a school, or in middle school, and did not do well without TB, as I recall. Such is life of 90s kids. We got Julian Taylor coming up next. He's going to be setting up. Please do make yourself comfortable in the room, because I'm going to be doing a lot more ranting, a lot more giving out of stickers. If you don't want a sticker, it's okay to turn it down. I'll just be extremely disappointed, and I hope that you carry that with you forever. I'm Joel, Operations Manager of Folk Canada, and I'll be right back on stage as soon as Julian's all set up. Just give us a second.
Two, hey, hey.
That's good. I wasn't gone for long. Welcome back, friends, for everybody who stuck around. My name's Joel, as I said, Operations Manager of Folk Canada. Used to be Folk Music Ontario, hence some of your confusion, perhaps, maybe. We're still working on the branding thing. We're getting it together. It's fine. It's fine. We're a national organization now, which is exciting and terrifying for the amount of work that I might have to do in the future, but that's fine. So glad you could be here for the Folk Canada Showcase. I'm very pleased to be able to introduce to you our third performer now. Julian Taylor is a Toronto-based, award-winning independent singer-songwriter, radio host, and label owner. Over 20-plus years as the leader of Staggered Crossing, Julian Taylor Band, and his solo work, Julian has established himself as one of Canada's great troubadours. He has earned 3 Juno nominations, a pair of Canadian Folk Music Awards, 5 Native American Music Award nominations, and a nomination for the Polaris Music Prize. Look out. On a personal note, Julian is one of the warmest, friendliest artists I've ever met in this crazy folk world. And that's saying something in this crazy folk world. I know you're going to love him. From Toronto, Ontario, please welcome Julian Taylor.
It's a crazy world that we live in. The tide comes and goes so fast. Right now, while I'm trying to be present, I'm still chasing shadows of my past. My father was born in the islands. My mom was born on the great turtle's back. They pray for me when I go out in the evening. At least it's one of the rumors I hear. Around Christmas time spent with our family, over hot toddy sorrel with ginger beer. They did their best and they did it for freedom. They did everything they ever could for me. We went to church every single Sunday. We'd get dressed up and then go to Granny's place. I'd run around that house with my cousins. We'd love to race. There is an abundance of hope that lies between the oceans of time. There's nothing singular about it, yet it can clearly be defined. Yet it can be clearly defined, and I'm wide awake. I chalk it up to all of my mistakes and all the heartache that I've had to face and all the choices that I've had to make in my life. The greatest pictures are never taken. They're all stored in your memories. Me and my mom, we used to go to goodbyes and talk philosophy. We'd sit there just talking for hours. I once asked her why her good memory's so heavy. She simply said, aren't you lucky? And I'm wide awake. I chalk it up to all of my mistakes and all the heartache that I've had to face and all the choices that I've had to make in my life. How's it going, everybody? Will you join me in song? It's easy, it just goes like this. Da 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 da. Aren't we lucky? Aren't we lucky? There is an abundance of hope that lies between the oceans of time. There's nothing singular about it, yet clearly be defined. Yet it can be clearly defined. I chalk it up to all of my mistakes and all the choices that I've had to make and all the heartache that I've had to face in this life. Thank you so much. Now go on. And on this path, as we get closer, I'll be there as we grow older. From beginning to end, we make and lose friends. There's so many pearls to gather. From the first thing we see to the last thing we need, it's the life in between that matters. All the warmth that you bring, darling, these things are the wings that we all chase after. And on this path, as we get closer, I'll be there as we get older. And when you need me, here's my shoulder. And on this path, as we get close, be grateful, be kind, be gentle, take time, and remember we're in this together. So let's just be who we are and follow our hearts and dream that love is forever. And on this path, as we get closer, I'll when you need my shoulder and on its path as we get closer and closer, as we get closer, as we get closer. Don't you know life? It's the strangest thing. So as we grow old, and when you need me, here's my shoulder and on this pathway as we get closer and closer. Here's my shoulder as we get closer. Here's my shoulder. Here's my shoulder. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's nice to see some familiar faces and some new ones too. I'm very honored and grateful to be here at NERFA. Thank you for having me. I'm going to do a song. It's called Back Again. It's from a record that I produced and released a few years back called Avalanche. And before my daughter was a Swiftie, she actually liked my music. Yeah, I remember in the garden one day she asked me what this song is about. And I said, well, you know how in the springtime the flowers bloom and in the wintertime they die, but they come back again. Everything is like a circle. It all comes back again. This is that song. Stretching out into the morning sun, stretching out just to come undone. The skies are hazy, baby blue. The moment sits still, yet it still moves you. We only stay as long as we can. We only stay as long as we can, then come back again. Thunder and lightning and the sound of the past. It's time to celebrate at last. Sundays always seem to last forever, mending any happen change in the weather. We only stay as long as we can, but like the mountains return to sand, we come back again. We come back again. Sunset was setting sooner than before. I was outside carving wood sticks out by the front door, surrounded by the forest and the trees, the simple facts of life at ease. We only stay as long as we can, but like the mountains return to sand, we come back again. We come back again. We come back again. We come back again. Snowflakes are gently falling on the ground, and sunset is silently making sounds. You Give your family lots and lots of love, that's what you do. You give them more than you need to, because we only stay as long as we can. But like the mountains return to sand, we come back again. We come back again. We come back again. We all come back again. We come back again. We come back again. Woo. Thank you so much. In the spring of 2005, I basically quit music altogether. I was disenchanted with the business. I still liked music, but I just didn't want to have any part of it. So I took a job as a bartender and a bar back at this little Irish pub on the Danforth. And I tell you, on my first day, I knew it was going to be okay. Unfortunately, on my first day, my phone was ringing off the hook because the Toronto police were trying to get in touch with me. One of my best friends growing up had been murdered. He was the 13th murder in the city of Toronto that year. And I guess I was one of the last numbers in his phone, so they were trying to reach me. And it was St. Patrick's Day. So the pub was very busy and I was very distracted. And the lady who owned the pub sort of figured that out. We had this little chat in the corner. And I told her what had happened, that my friend was murdered and that I had to go to the police station because they wanted to talk to me. And she said, and I was worried because I couldn't pay rent and I wasn't working. It was the only job I had. And she said, you can come back. You got a job. Go do what you have to do. So I remember walking down to that police station. When I walked in, I went into their interrogation room. And I tell you, the first question they asked me was, did you kill so-and-so? And I started to cry. The second question they said was, well, if you didn't, then do you know who did? I didn't have an answer for that question. I still don't, actually. This is a song I wrote. It took me a really long time to write it. It's called Murder 13. I used to play here, but Dad owned the restaurant downstairs. Out there in the parking lot, with a couple of fold-out chairs. Down the block was Bedford Park. A lot of my friends went there. Wasn't nothing much, it could have been anywhere. And I've had enough. Excuse me, I'm leaving. I just don't feel like being here anymore. Yes, I've had enough. Excuse me, I'm leaving. Just don't feel like being here anymore. Do you remember Kay's party? The first year the Blue Jays won. I mean, how could you forget that? Joe caught a game-winning home run. Everyone went wrong. Everyone went crazy. Walking down Young Street, we were so young. We were so young. And I've had enough. Excuse me, I'm leaving. I just don't feel like being here anymore. Yes, I've had enough. Excuse me, I'm leaving. I just don't feel like being here anymore. In middle school, we all started dealing. That's when I called you. You were in over your head. Asked me to make a drop. Think about it's all I said. That's when our paths crossed, and I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did. And I've had enough. Excuse me, I'm leaving. I just don't feel like being here anymore. Yes, I've had enough. Excuse me, I'm leaving. I just don't feel like being here anymore. My name is Alex, and I was murdered 13. I got 1 minute, so I'm going to play half of a song, okay? This is called Weighing Down. Brick and mortar and solid as the ground, but you're caring too much and slowly breaking down. Cannon fodder and looking to escape the heaviness of all of your mistakes. Weighing down. Don't let it weigh you down. You've been so hard on yourself that it's time to let things soften now. Weighing down. Don't let it weigh you down. You've been so hard on yourself that it's time to let things soften now. Thanks very much.
Keep it going for Julian Taylor, everybody. You ended like right on time. That was glorious. I think he's done this before, friends. I think he's done this before. We've got two more artists for you here at the Folk Canada Showcase, formerly the Folk Music Ontario Showcase. If you're confused, so am I. Rebranding is hard. Don't even worry about it. I'm still finding things on our website that I haven't changed. If you see something, send me a stern email, and I'll be sure to change it. Absolutely. I'm just going to let Jess set up here, and then I will give her a glowing introduction. As I said earlier, I have so many stickers, and I don't want to take them home. They weigh down my suitcase something terribly. So it would be really cool if you took some. And if you want to take more than one, I'm not going to judge you for it, all right? Just give me a sec. Oh my God, what a pro. What a pro. Jess Pearson. Oh my goodness. Hi, I'm back. I'm sure you missed me. I'm Joel from Folk Canada. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I am the star of the show here tonight. Thank you very much for coming. You've all come to see me. It's incredible. No, thank you so much to NERFA for having us. We love coming here. This is my third year. I'm having so much fun hanging out with you guys south of the border. You are, of course, welcome to come north of the border anytime you want. Just talk to me about that. And I might have info or I might not. You know, whatever. You can also Google it. We've got 2 more artists for you. You got Google down here. Yeah, I'm kidding. Jessica Pearson. And upon meeting singer-songwriter Jessica Pearson, you're sure to feel the warmth she so effortlessly conveys. I got this from your website, but it's true. Her love for storytelling, drawing on folk, outlaw country, and Celtic traditions, is evident in her songwriting. Her newest single, Ever Flowing, was released yesterday. Give her a round of applause for that. She'll be touring in Ireland and England in January to support the album live from Motel Chelsea. And they're very lucky to have her, as all of you are as well right now. On a personal note, I have a strong bias for Canadian artists, as you can possibly imagine. I have an even stronger bias for artists from Ottawa, where we both are from. Go team. I first met Jess in the basement of a jail. That's true. And
that is not lies. That's all factual.
That's absolutely factual. And literally each and every time, this is true, Jess, each and every time I've seen you perform, you've blown me away with your talent. Friends, from Oxford Mills, Ontario, this is Jessica Pearson.
I'll be there without a warning. I'm the rising of the morning star. White horses will be forcing those heavenly gates down. Those heavenly gates down. I'm not here for your forgiveness. I'm not here for you at all. You might be thinking you can stop this, but finally it's not your call. 10,000 days and chains I made for free. You went and made the one mistake to underestimate me. I'll be there without a warning. I'm the rising of the morning star. White horses will be forcing those heavenly gates down. Now I'm baptized by the fire. I'll burn everything that you hold holy. You won't be saved, you can't escape the truth and the hell I'm gonna bring you. Oh, I've been bruised and blistered, black as a coal in a morning pyre. And every word that you whispered fuels the flames that are growing higher. I'm a shattered soul from all I sowed for you. Oh, hell in my hands, now you'll understand the hell you put me through. I'll be there without a warning. I'm the rising of the morning star. White horses will be forcing those heavenly gates down. Now I'm baptized by the fire. I'll burn everything that you hold holy. You won't be saved, you can't escape the truth and the hell I'm gonna bring you. Oh, oh. 10,000 days and chains I made for free. You went and made the one mistake
Thank you. My name is Jessica Pearson. How are you all doing this afternoon? Yes. How many of you have had more than 5 hours of sleep? Hands. There's a lucky 4. A lucky 4 of you. It is so amazing and such a massive pleasure and privilege, really, to be able to be up here and share music and share stories and listen to all of your stories. It's probably one of the most beautiful things about art is that we get to share it with each other. So thank you for spending your time with me this afternoon. When I was a kid, I used to put on these one-woman shows for my parents. I would sit them down on the couch and I would go through the beautiful treasure trove of Halloween costumes we had. And I would dance, I would sing, I would have multiple quick changes. These one-woman shows lasted quite a while. But my parents sat through every second of it. And they really taught me just to stay curious and to allow my imagination to fully take hold. But a few years ago, I realized I had stopped that. I had stopped dreaming. I had stopped being curious about this world and about what the magic that it has in it. And so in that moment, I made a promise to myself to be more childlike and to allow myself to play. The clouds in the sky told me stories of lions and tigers and bears chasing fairies. I used to spend hours like that, but I've forgotten how. The cracks in the pavement were dangerous. I could break my mama's back, so I used to skip them. Oh, it was all magic and wishes, but that's over now. 'Cause growing up means looking down, leaving questions on the ground like, why's the moon chasing me endlessly, looking out from the back of an Odyssey, and why is the sky so blue? Will I be old at 22? When did gaining some common sense turn into losing my innocence and finding out that bees aren't the only things that sting? The leaves brought the change in the seasons, but the wind at my back felt the cold way the trees in the gray and the quiet, they swallowed me whole. And the snow covered me like a blanket. It couldn't keep me warm when they lowered the casket. The day I learned angels are more than just child's play. 'Cause growing up means looking down, leaving questions on the ground like, why's the moon chasing me endlessly, looking out from the back of an Odyssey, and why is the sky so blue? Will I be old at 22? When did gaining some common sense turn into losing my innocence and finding out that bees aren't the only things that sting right to the heart of me, heart in reality, watching the years go by, chasing down memories from sea philosophies, leaving me wondering why. Why is the moon chasing me in the sleep? Looking out from the back of it, seeing why is the sky so blue? Will I be old at 22? Why is my heart always the first to break? You think I learned from all my mistakes, like finding out that bees aren't the only things that aren't the only things that sting. Thank you so much. So I'm going to bring Liv up. Who got to see Tragedy Ann's showcase last night? Wasn't that amazing? So a few years ago, I was recording my album, and then COVID hit. And I'd always wanted the musical saw on this track because there's just something so spooky and ghostly about it, and haunting. And although I'm wearing nice, bright sunflowers, I like the spook. I like the spook a lot. And so we had asked Liv to play on it, and so she recorded from her room and sent it via internet, the amazing internet we have. And this is our first time being able to play it together, and I'm just saying, like, she's spooky, and it's really fun. So give it up for Liv, everyone. It's so spooky in here. Chase me to the mountains, out across the sea. I'm headed to the edge of the earth where the water falls to the deep. Ooh, you will never find me. Chase me to the valley, the rivers and rocky streams. I pulled this trigger once before, shot my man to be free. Ooh, death won't let him cheat. I'm a runaway soul with the bounty on my head. I'm a runaway soul, with a pistol in his memory. What I did is my burden to carry. So I'm just so thankful for being here. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me and hearing my stories and hearing these songs. I have the great privilege of traveling and playing shows to beautiful human beings like yourself, by myself, but also with my trio, Jessica Pearson and the East Wind. And although they're not here tonight, I have a newly formed trio in front of me. You are all now a part of the Jessica Pearson, the East Wind. You are the East Wind. And I would love to kind of sing a song all together. One of my favorite things is when vocals all get to be sung together, because there's just something so connecting and just so natural and so raw about people singing together and using what we have to sing with each other and connect. And this song came out of a space when I was searching for something and I didn't know what it was, but I could never find it. And it wasn't until I stopped and looked inward at myself and realized that everything I have ever needed, I've had inside me. And I feel like we all try to look outside sometimes for the reassurance that we're doing okay and that we're doing the right choices in life. But the only way that we can find that strength and that groundingness is really inside. So the chorus is quite simple. It's actually a little bit hard, but we're at a folk conference. I know you guys can do it. I'm putting you all up to the test. And just thank you again so much for coming and sharing space with us. And thank you, Joel and Folk Canada, for putting this on. I'm coming to you guys. At all. I loved it. Like a river is a little part of something bigger. We all are a splash of light in a sea of stars, ever flowing, knowing inside of me is all I'll ever need, ever growing. Going through the world effortlessly, ever flowing, flowing, ever flowing, always ever flowing. Ooh, we're gonna do that again. Ever flowing, knowing inside of me is all I'll ever need, ever growing, going through the world effortlessly, ever flowing, flowing, ever flowing, always ever flowing. We're doing it again. We're doing it really quietly. Ever flowing, knowing inside of me is all I'll ever need, ever growing, going through the great rest of NERFA. I hope to see you all at 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
That sounds real great, but also real terrible. That's Jessica Pearson, everybody. I'm so glad you could sing along. That was so lovely. And I'm so glad you're here for the Folk Canada Showcase. We have one more artist coming up. We're already almost all done. Isn't that scary? Isn't that crazy? Well, that's how it happens at a conference like this. I should note that while these guys are putting their stuff on the stage and setting on up, you may have heard of the Folk Music Ontario Conference. It's going to continue to be called the Folk Music Ontario Conference, despite us being Folk Canada, because we like to confuse people up in Canada. That's how we do it. You're more than welcome to come anytime. Check out that sticker that I gave you for a website. You can sign up for a newsletter. I work ever so hard on it. So if you could read that on Mondays, that'd be wonderful. But you'll find out when the conference is coming. And if you want to come and see some amazing Canadian talent, as well as talent from around the world, we had 16 different languages this year. We had artists from Scotland, from Denmark, from Australia, from South Korea. They were particularly very cool. From the United States even, that is international to us, obviously, and from across Canada. It's a grand, hot, good time. And I will introduce our final grand, hot, good time, Robert Thomas, as soon as they're done setting up. I'll get out of your way, guys. I'm sorry.
Check. Check it. Check, check, check. Ready, Joe.
Yes. Oh my goodness, friends, here it is, our final act for the Folk Canada Showcase. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here this afternoon. My goodness, we're all tired from staying up all night. I don't doubt it. You're going to have to stay up all night again tonight. I want to say before I begin this intro, Robert and I did not coordinate on Yellow Glasses today. It just happened. It just happened. I guess we got the same cool style, my friend. But dig this. Dig this. Robert Thomas and the Sessionmen have crafted songs for legends like Kenny Rogers, the Chicks, and others. After 4 decades in the background, Thomas and his co-writer stepped into the spotlight as a performing trio in a major way in 2022, performing to 74 consecutive standing ovations. My goodness. In Canada and Europe, it was only 73 consecutive standing ovations, and garnering an East Coast Music Award nomination for Entertainer of the Year along the way. Robert's stellar multi-instrumental co-writers, the Sessionmen, raise your hands, my friends, Ray Laguerre and John Arsenault, now you've confused them, are equally accomplished in support, with credits that include Alison Krauss, Rita McNeil, Doc Watson, Tony Rice, and the Chieftains. Their new album tour starts in April with dates across Atlantic Canada, Quebec, Ontario, and down here they're playing Buffalo, Cleveland, Chicago, and Minneapolis. That's where Prince is from, and that excites me. Quick note, I thought these guys were following me around town, but it turns out they're staying at the Airbnb right above me, so that's what was going on. And again, we didn't coordinate that. We're following. It's very creepy. From the lovely town of Moncton, New Brunswick, friends, this is Robert Thomas and the Sessionmen.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you for inviting us. This is our first NERFA. It may be our last if we don't make it through tonight. We're having a hell of a time. This song, we're going to do the first one, exemplifies, I know there's a lot of songwriters here, so this one I'm going to do for you. It sort of exemplifies how you can turn shitty advice from one of your parents into a money-making opportunity in the music industry. Now, the questionable advice that I'm talking about came from my father. My father identified as a sports fisherman, but his day job was flying jets for the Marine Corps. So this fella, as you can imagine, was not small M macho. He was big M macho. And I think my slow progression with the dating thing in high school, 11th and 12th grade, was threatening to him. I think it disturbed him. And one Saturday afternoon, we went out on his fishing boat. We're sitting there trolling. And it's like out of American Pie. He looks at me, he says, "Son, what do you see out there?" I said, "The ocean." He said, No, my man, that's the sea of love. There are plenty of fish, son, in the sea of love. Now, you may think it's treacherous water, but there's plenty of fish in it. And the women folk, they're like fish. They'll bite at anything. I ignored that advice for the next 25 years, never thought of it again. Till one Monday morning, my publisher calls. He says, Capitol Records A&R is on the phone. They're looking for a follow-up to a thing called Love, something offbeat, quirky about dating and love and the woman chasing the man for Bonnie Raitt. In that instant, my father's sage words of wisdom, this terrific advice about dating come to me. This is called Cast a Line. I'm gonna cast a line, gonna reel you in, gonna bait a hook as mine. Gonna play to win. I'm gonna troll around the place you live. Cast a line and reel you in. Now the sea of love, that's treacherous water. Many a good man is not made home. From the rocks on the reefs of romance, or the hypnotizing call of the siren. Gonna cast a line, gonna reel you in, gonna bait a hook that's mine, gonna play to win. I'm gonna troll around the place you live, cast a line and reel you in. Don't you be afraid, 'cause I'm no poacher. I am the captain of this ship of love. I'm navigating by the stars of passion. I would steer my way across your horizon. I'm gonna cast a line, gonna reel you in, gonna bait a hook as mine, gonna play to win. I'm gonna troll around the place you live. Cast a line and reel you in. The tide comes in, the tide goes out on the sea of love. I'm talking about the tide comes in, the tide goes out on the sea of love. I'm talking about, I'm gonna cast a line, I'm gonna cast a line, gonna reel you in, I'm gonna reel you in, I'm gonna play the hook as mine, I'm gonna play to win. I'm gonna troll around the place you live, cast a line. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ray Legere, John Arsenault. My father earning royalties on that song. 50%. This next song is about joy. In particular, Ray had this lick, and it took me immediately to being 12 years old, 10, 12 years old. Do you remember that age, first day of summer vacation, when you're 10 or 12? Better than Christmas. At our house, summer vacation was very simple. My parents had this 1968 Chevrolet Kingswood Estate station wagon with the fake wood paneling on the side, 100 feet long, 454. With that, we towed an Airstream trailer. And our vacation was pretty simple. My father would load everything in, Mom in the front, off we'd go. Turn right, wherever we ended up, that was the vacation. Now you'd think, I mentioned my father was a Marine Corps aviator, you'd think the man would be safety conscious. Not so. The idea was every summer, him and my mom cozied up in the front seat with the 8-tracks on. He put us in the back in the Airstream. Opened the door, 3 boys in there. You boys have a good time. We'll see you in Albuquerque. Don't get hurt. Shut the door. 3 boys, 8, 11, 13, not a seatbelt in sight, playing tag, 60 mile an hour in an Airstream trailer. This is called Airstream. Ray Legere on the co-write. When I was a boy, Pendleton Station, me and my brothers jumped at the bed, waiting on my daddy's 2 weeks of vacation, just to raring to go on a big summer trip. In the Airstream trailer, we were kings on the road, nights of the highway adventure bound, pulling along the arroyos in the canyons, making our way to the next campground. We tore along in a Chevy Kingswood wagon, 2 up in the front, 3 in the back, singing every song that 8-track was playing, without any seatbelts or traveling maps. In the Airstream trailer, we were kings on the road, nights of the highway adventure bound, rolling along through the arroyos and the canyons, making our way to the next campground. Slow down, clap claps, so you can play. Now Daddy's retired, Mama's passed on. Me and my brothers has all moved away. But every year for 2 weeks on a summer vacation, we pick up the old man and we roll away. In the Airstream trailer, we're kings on the road, nights of the highway adventure bound, rolling along the arroyos in the canyons, making our way to the next campground. In the Airstream trailer, we're kings on the road, nights of the highway adventure bound, rolling along through the arroyos in the canyons, making our way to the next campground. Oh, we're making our way to the next campground. Raymond on the co-write on that as well. We come from Eastern Canada. Where are you from now? So are we. Do I know you, madam?
It's Carol. Carol Doucette.
We know you. I digress.
Hi, Mom.
Our part of the country is sort of known as the arse end of Canada. Have not provinces, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia. And to some degree that is true. There is not a lot of work. It is seasonal, and there's a lot of unemployed people. And one job that you can't do anymore in eastern Canada, and probably all the way down here to the Gulf of Maine, is fish for cod. Not that long ago, the cod fishery in Atlantic Canada and down this way, from Newfoundland, coast of Nova Scotia down here, the Grand Banks was the finest and richest fishing ground in the world. 1990 or so, there were no more fish. About 3,000 people in our area lost their jobs. But what struck me about that is not the jobs lost, it's the tradition. These are generational fishermen. These are people who know no other line of work. That's why I can't retrain them. The skills, the boat building, the knowledge of the fishing grounds, the tradition within a family. That's what's been lost, and it's not coming back. This is called to see no more. My nets are lying empty. I cannot feed my child. My wife's gone to work for a factory that will leave this shore defiled. My father fished before me, my brother like us too. And here I stand upon this deck with nothing left to do. I will go to sea no more. I will go to sea no more. I must turn my back upon the shore. I will go to sea no more. Mackenzie up the road away, he vanished into town. He put the torch to all he had, and he ran his boat aground. Insurance paid the loss to him, but will never replace the pride. By God, I'd rather drown at sea than die like that inside. I will go to sea no more, no more. I can go to sea no more. I must turn my back upon this shore. I will go to sea no more. Cannot fight a banker's note or stay the auctioneer. I cannot fight this government that binds us to
days are long since numbered here upon familiar shores. Tradition won't feed my family. I'll go to sea no more. I will go to sea no more, no more. I can go to sea no more. I must turn my back upon this shore. I will go to sea no more.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you very much for listening. Very much appreciated. Thanks for the invitation.
Time for one? We have time for one more? Want to do one more? Let's
Is it
keep
all
going.
right?
Yeah, you just asked us.
It's all right. All right.
Want to do Bridgeton?
We'll do Bridgeton. Serendipity in songwriting is a funny thing. Weren't planning to do this song for you. Joel says it's okay to do it. In a 35-year career, I can honestly say I have written one song about the state of Maine. We'll do it for you. Wrote this song in Bridgeton. Do you know what Mainers here? For,
Nice.
oh my God, we changed the tune.
He's about to shoot holes through this story.
Yes, he is. All right, well, this sort of almost could have happened in Bridgeton. I was sitting in the donut shop in the middle of the writer's block of a year's duration. Staff writer for publishing. I think they're getting ready to fire me. Could not write a thing. The publisher calls up, same thing. It says, the Dixie Chicks are looking for album songs. They're looking for a follow-up to Goodbye Earl. Do you know that song? It's looking for crime song. What do you got? I had nothing. For the songwriters in the room, I will tell you this. I will share this insight with you. If one of the hottest acts in the world at the time comes looking for one of your songs, it is not a good career move. Not recommended to say you have nothing to offer. So I lied. I said, I got just the thing. Just the thing. I had nothing except the weekly paper in Bridgeton that comes out about the happenings around town. I had that. And in there is a story about this fella by the name of Jimmy Weber, Vietnam vet, PTSD, gets into some mayhem in the town of Bridgeton one night on the 4th of July. This is called Bridgeton. 1, 2, 3, 4. An hour inland from Portland, we cross a big old lake. Through the Narrows at Naples lies the town of Bridgeton, Maine. In the shadow of the White Mountains, where the forest meets the shores of Highland Lake's clear waters, where Jimmy Weber was born. Now the story goes that Jimmy was never too good in school, but he quarterbacked the varsity. Yeah, Jimmy was no fool. He drew an old number in the draft of '69. Served 2 tours in the Vietnam that forever changed his life. Then you cross the line, there'll be no going back. So keep your head on straight and your heart on track. There'll be no going round for a second time. So, mister, you best think twice before you cross the line. It was late one summer evening, now the 4th of July. The fireworks were over and a full moon lit the night. Jimmy was growing restless, he was in need of a score, when he walked into old man Johnson's Chevron along Route 4. When you cross the line, there'll be no going back. So keep your head on straight and your heart on track. There'll be no going round and round for a second time. So, mister, you best think twice before you cross the line. Jim pulled out his weapon, a service 45. Said, look here, Mr. Johnson, you can come out of the cell line. Just empty out that register, man, do it nice and slow. But the old man, he just shook his head, said, I don't think so. See, I know who you are, son. I knew your daddy well. I heard you been in the Vietnam, and I reckon that was hell. But if you want to take this money, you'll have to use that gun in your hand. I guess that's your decision, son. You best make it like a man. And when you cross that line, there'll be no going back. So keep your head on straight and your heart on track. There'll be no going round for a second time. Oh, mister, you best think twice before you cross the line. Ready to dig it. When you cross the line, there'll be no going back. Keep your head on straight and your heart on track. There'll be no going round and round for a second time. Oh, mister, you best think twice before you cross the line. Mister, you best think twice before you cross the line. Bridgeton. After a fact. Names changed to protect the innocent. Thank you all very much. A pleasure. Thank you.
Keep it going for Robert Thomas and the Sessionmen, everybody. And thank you for coming to the Folk Canada Showcase. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for coming. We are so pleased to be able to present some amazing Canadian talent for you. And there's plenty more coming. Like, you should check out the Canadiana Content Room this evening, hosted by Rebecca Hawker and Sam Kruger. A whole bunch more Canadians are playing there. We had today, this afternoon, Robert Thomas and the Sessionmen, Jessica Pearson in the East Wind. Well, just Jessica Pearson, you know, just her. It was fine. Julian Taylor, Anthea Feaver, and Callie McCullough. If you want to know anything about any of those artists, you can come talk to me. I'm pretty friendly. Or you can go talk to them. They're also pretty friendly. And, of course, take home a sticker, visit our website, come to our conference next October. We'd love to have you. Thanks for having us, friends.